Heartwarming moment. Janitor's daughter exposes CEO's sweet tooth, then an incredible surprise. Mia stood backstage, heart pounding, as the anticipation in the auditorium crackled like static electricity. She could hear the chatter of students, the laughter of parents, and the occasional sound of a guitar warming up. This was it, the annual talent show. Her chance to step into the spotlight and share her voice with a world that often felt closed off to her. But even now, doubt tugged at her heart like an unruly child. What if they laugh? What if they judged her? The daughter of a janitor, yearning for the stage but held down by the weight of economic struggle. The looming presence of Rick, the CEO of the tech company, added to her nerves. Known for innovations, yet tainted with shady business practices, he was a symbol of everything she worried about. Wealth dividing the community, privilege overshadowing the struggles of families like hers. Little did anyone know, behind the boardroom polish, Rick had a secret, a deep love for gummy bears. It was unusual, almost humorous, but it marked a distinct disconnect between his corporate facade and his hidden quirks, a fact Mia would unknowingly stumble upon. As the curtain rose, she could feel the eyes of the crowd piercing through her. There in the front row, Rick held his scorecard, his features tense yet intrigued. Mia swallowed hard, letting the moment wash over her, just as the microphone felt foreign between her fingers. She opened her mouth to sing, the notes soaring and pushing back her fears. Just as she hit the chorus, her foot caught on a stray chord. With a gasp, she stumbled, sending a bowl of gummy bears tumbling toward Rick. The colorful candies cascaded down like confetti, laughter erupting in the audience. Rick's face turned crimson, yet he laughed, a genuine, heartfelt chuckle that broke the tension and erupted joy among the students. But the fleeting joy shifted when a bold student named Thomas stood up during a Q&A segment. "What about the impact of your company on our community?" he shouted. The room fell silent, the weight of the question heavy. Thomas's voice cut through the laughter, igniting discussions about privilege, inequality, and what it meant to truly support the people. The atmosphere thickened with uncertainty as Mia sat there, a whirlwind of emotions churning in her chest. She admired Rick's success, but her heart ached knowing how hard her mother worked just to get by. Before the show ended, she made her way to Rick. A mixture of fear and determination propelled her feet across the stage. "You don't know what families like mine go through, do you?" she challenged softly. The words hung in the air, thick with the weight of both of their lives. As they spoke, a connection began to form, born from shared humanity. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. Rick looked lost, grappling with the disconnect from his polished persona and this raw moment before him. "I want to help," he said suddenly, the urgency in his tone surprising them both. Mia froze, heat flushing her cheeks. Was this the door to her dreams opening, or another distraction from reality? As the lights dimmed, casting both their faces into shadow, the future stretched before them like a vast unknown. Would their worlds collide in a way that brought them both closer to hope, or would ambition and integrity pull them apart? Mia felt the weight of possibility in the air, brimming with uncertainty, a true test of dreams and what they cost. Mia's thoughts swirled like the confetti of gummy bears that had scattered across the stage, blurring her sense of reality. "Help?" she echoed, her voice barely above a whisper. She searched Rick's face for sincerity, for any glimpse that may prove he wasn't just mouthing empty words. The tension between them hung palpably, a fragile thread that could snap at any moment. Rick took a breath, focusing deeply as if he were gathering all his corporate charisma and distilling it into this one moment. I didn't understand before, but seeing you tonight, your talent, your courage, it's opened my eyes." His expression softened, revealing a vulnerability she hadn't expected. "I want to create something that genuinely gives back to our community, something that includes everyone, not just the privileged." Mia's heart raced as hope flickered within her. "What do you mean?" She instinctively stepped closer, drawn to the possibility of change. Had she truly touched something inside him? "We need to level the playing field," Rick replied, animated and fired up. "Maybe a scholarship program or a community initiative that supports local talent. I could use my resources to make a real impact." Each word dripped with potential, brimming with possibilities, a stark contrast to the strict lines of division she had always known. But then a thought flickered like a candle caught in a breeze. "And what about the others? Will it really change anything for them?" she pressed. "Words are easy, actions matter." Mia's pulse quickened, the weight of her words heavier than ever. She remembered the struggles of her mother, the sleepless nights, the impossible choices. Would Rick's kindness reach beyond this moment? He nodded slowly, the resolve in his eyes deepening. "You're right. I need to go beyond just talk. I need to show what I mean." Rick looked down at the stage floor, momentarily lost in thought before meeting her. "Gaze again. You could help me. Your voice, your story, it matters. You could lead this initiative." The offer hung in the air, both thrilling and terrifying. Did he really see her? A girl from a janitor's family, standing shoulder to shoulder with a CEO, dreaming of change? "I don't know what I can do," she admitted, her confidence wavering. "Start with your voice. Gather ideas from your community. Together, we can build something meaningful." As uncertainty mingled with excitement in her chest, Mia felt a shift inside her, like she was standing on a precipice of possibility. Yet a nagging fear whispered that maybe it was too good to be true. They were from different worlds after all. Could their connection withstand the realities of life outside this auditorium? "Can we really make a difference?" she asked, searching his eyes desperately for reassurance. "Yes," Rick answered firmly, his intensity rising, "and it starts with us." A wave of warmth flooded her chest at his conviction, but the noise of the auditorium pulsed around them, reminding her of the world that lay beyond this moment. Suddenly, from the back of the crowd, a voice broke through. "Hey, you two!" The unexpected shout turned heads, revealing Thomas, eyes glinting with mischief. "Don't forget us in your little plan." As laughter erupted again from the audience, Mia and Rick exchanged an amused yet anxious glance. The tension shifted, transforming into something lighter, yet the unanswered questions lingered. What exactly would come next? Mia felt an exhilaration building inside her. This could be the start of something that might just change everything for families like hers. But could they pull it off? Could Mia truly step into the leadership she never thought possible? Her heart raced, and as she looked at Rick, a new partnership began to crystallize between them. What awaited them on this journey? The auditorium buzzed with chatter as the audience filtered toward the exits. Mia stood there, overwhelmed by the weight of anticipation and hope that hung in the air. Rick's words echoed in her mind, each syllable igniting a fire of determination within her. But the lingering part of her wondered, could she truly lead this initiative? As the crowd thinned, she felt a hand on her shoulder. It was Thomas, his energy palpable. "Hey, you've got something big happening here. I mean it, and I can't wait to see what you and Mr. Big Shot can cook up." He winked, but his sincerity cut through the banter. Mia laughed lightly, brushing away the uncertainty. "Let's hope we can do something that actually makes a difference, not just another fancy project that gathers dust," she replied, her voice more powerful now. Rick had been watching them, a slight smile creeping across his face. "You know, with the right team, we can ensure that. Thomas could help rally volunteers, and I can work on the funding," he proposed, eyebrows raised as if testing the waters. "Funding? It's more than just money," Mia said, an edge of urgency in her tone. It's about trust and making sure everyone feels included. Can you promise that? Rick stepped closer, a serious look washing over him. I promise, Mia, this isn't just a checkbox for me. We need genuine involvement, a way to connect with everyone. But I need you to lead that charge. Mia wrestled with her doubts. Could she? She thought of her mother, sacrificing so much just to help her get to this moment. That image grounded her. If not for them, then for every other person stuck in similar situations, she had to try. Okay, Mia said, the word heavy with determination. Let's do it. As night fell, the streets outside mingled with laughter and flickering lights. They decided to meet at a coffee shop down the road, a modest place, but one of her favorites, where everyone felt at home. Rick didn't have to try too hard to conceal his curiosity. "What do you want for this initiative?" he asked as they settled into a booth, steam rising from their mugs. "I want to hear from people, not just the ones who show up to these events, but everyone. Kids who sing in their living rooms, artists with dreams bigger than their means. I want to craft a vision they feel part of, not just a project that looks good on paper." "I like that," Rick said, eerily serious as he nodded. "And maybe I can connect you with people who make decisions, school boards, local leaders?" "Maybe," Mia responded cautiously. "But it's not just about getting the right people in the room. It's fighting to make their voices heard. If we're not careful, we might drown out their stories in our own." Rick stared at her, admiration softening his features. "You truly get this, don't you? The need for authentic dialogue. And all of that begins with—" "A meeting," she interrupted, the idea falling perfectly into place in her mind. "We'll hold a community meeting. Invite everyone. Let's start with their stories, their hopes." "Sounds like leadership to me," he teased, his eyes glinting. As they chatted late into the night, laughter punctuated their dialogue. Mia watched the glow of his excitement, and for the first time, she truly believed that this partnership could work. She could see a path forward, but shadows still loomed at the edges of her certainty, whispering doubts. What if they failed? Mia shook off the thought, focusing instead on her newfound resolve. A fire ignited within her as her mind danced with ideas. This could mean everything, not just for them, but for the entire community. Yet, just as hope soared, she thought of those in her life who might resist change. "What do we do if some won't listen?" Mia voiced cautiously, the weight of reality creeping back. Rick's gaze intensified. "We prove them wrong. Together." Mia leaned back, apprehensive yet elated, her heart pounding with the possibilities. But lingering doubt tugged at her mind. They were diving into deep waters, filled with currents that could drag them under. As they locked eyes, a silent agreement formed between them, buzzing with potential. But would they be ready for the storm that might follow? The coffee shop hummed with the comforting sounds of steaming lattes and light chatter, but the atmosphere thickened as Mia sipped her drink. The warmth spread through her, yet her mind raced. Plans, fears, hope, and uncertainty all colliding in a swirling rush. She noticed Rick peering out the window, his profile lit by the streetlights, eyes darting over the passers-by as if searching for something. "What do you see?" Mia asked, breaking the silence that had settled between them. "Just people," he answered thoughtfully, "but it reminds me of what we're trying to do. Each one of them has a story. We need to make sure they know someone is listening." That simple idea struck a chord. It resonated deep within her heart. "You're right. We need stories. Every voice matters, Rick, but how do we reach them all? What if they feel like they don't matter?" Rick turned, his expression serious. "We help them see that they do. We show them how their voice can ignite change. We need to be relentless." Mia nodded, picturing the local park where kids played on swings, the elderly sat on benches sharing laughter. She could almost hear their stories calling out, waiting to be heard. But what if they were wary of being heard? What if they felt too small, too insignificant? "Okay, let's plan the meeting. We can promote it through schools, community centers, social media. The excitement bubbled within her as she felt a growing sense of purpose take over. We need flyers, maybe even a video to share online. Rick smiled, his enthusiasm contagious. We'll get everyone involved. Once they hear about what we're doing, it'll create a buzz. Mia grinned at him, bolstered by the spark in his eyes. And stories. We'll ask everyone to share their stories. Let them know that their experiences matter. But just as the conversation flowed, Mia's mind turned back to her mother, a woman whose sacrifices had instilled in her the value of every cry, every shout for justice. She swallowed hard, the weight of expectation stirring memories that shimmered like fragile wisps. "What if I can't do it?" she admitted, vulnerability slipping into her tone. "What if it all crumbles and I let them down? I don't want to fail." Rick leaned in, his expression earnest. "Mia, the fact that you're worried means you care. That's what makes you a leader. We won't let it crumble, not if we hold each other up." His words settled in her heart. It was a comfort, a lifeline. Suddenly, her uncertainty felt lighter, entwined with the possibility of connection, community, and change. As the evening stretched on, they pored over potential strategies, jotting down ideas and laughing as they brainstormed. The coffee shop's clattering mugs and soft jazz became a delightful backdrop, fueling their passion. But a wave of hesitation crept into the back of Mia's mind, casting shadows over their plans. And what if they don't show? What if it flops? Rick's gaze sharpened. "Listen, if only one person shows up, that's one more than before. Every voice counts. We're not in this for numbers. We're here for the hearts that need to be heard." Mia absorbed every word. A newfound energy surged through her, challenging her fears. "You're right. It's about connecting. That's where the real work lies." As they finally wrapped up their plans, Mia's phone buzzed in her pocket, disrupting their moment. She checked the message and felt her heart lurch. It was her mother. "Mom's asking how I'm doing with everything," she revealed, a mix of fear and pride flooding her voice. "What if she worries? What if I don't make her proud?" Rick's eyes softened. "She's going to be proud of you no matter what. Just show her your passion. Share your journey. Let her see you lead and make a difference." Inspired by his belief, Mia typed a quick response, her heart racing with determination. "You're right. Sharing with her will remind me why I'm doing this." But just as her spirit soared, a notification pinged on Rick's phone. A headline caught their attention, and they leaned closer to read it together. As the words sank in, Mia's heart dropped. "They're reporting on the community's challenges," Rick said, his voice low. "Our meeting. What if it reaches the wrong ears?" Mia's breath hitched. "We need to make sure it goes right. We can't let this be twisted against us." As they locked eyes, the gravity of their situation became crystal clear. They were standing on the edge of something grand, but beneath lay a swirling chaos. Would they be able to navigate the tumult ahead, even if the stakes were higher than they'd anticipated? Mia's heart raced, each beat thunderous against her ribcage. The headline echoed in her mind like a warning bell. "What challenges?" she whispered, trying to steady her thoughts. Rick scrolled further down, his fingers trembling as he read. "They're saying the community is struggling. Crime rates are up, schools are underfunded, summer youth programs cut." He paused, looking up. "This isn't just about our meeting anymore. It's bigger than us. What if they twist our message? What if people see us as a threat?" Mia felt the walls closing in, the air thinning. It was one thing to organize a meeting for stories. It was another to become targets in a conversation that could spiral out of control. Rick took a deep breath, grounding himself before responding. "We can't let fear dictate our choices. If anything, this should motivate us more. We need to be clear about our intentions from the start." Mia nodded, but doubt nibbled at the edges of her resolve. What if we get shadows of backlash? What if it just makes things worse? "I know it's scary," Rick said softly, reaching for her hand. "But we're not alone in this. We'll have the community with us. We'll remind them that their voices have power. And if we face pushback, we'll stand together." A fleeting memory of her mother's trademark smile flashed through her mind. Her mother had always said that strength came from unity, and Mia felt that truth swaying somewhere deep inside. Their mission was about helping, healing, and coming together, not just for their own sake, but for everyone who needed to be heard. With a deep breath, Mia leaned in, determination setting her features. "You're right. We need to clarify our mission and what we stand for. No fear." Rick smiled, relief washing over him. "Yes, we'll create a statement, something strong, about community, respect, compassion, something that can't be misconstrued." Inspired, Mia grabbed her notebook. They quickly tossed ideas around, capturing exactly what they wanted to convey. It felt like a storm was building inside her, but this time it was one of excitement, of purpose. It has to be clear. We're not here to stir trouble. We want to listen, to facilitate healing. Exactly. And let's launch a hashtag, something simple, something meaningful. Hashtag Together We Rise. Mia's heart leapt. The words felt right, like a banner of solidarity unfurling in the breeze, beckoning everyone to join. "Let's do it," Mia grinned, adrenaline coursing. Ideas were rushing. They could use every platform to share their message. Time flew as they crafted their vision. Even the obstacles that loomed now felt like stepping stones in a brave new direction. As the cafe began to wind down and the chatter softened, Rick looked out towards the street again, gazing through the glass like he was picking up on some hidden energy. "You know," he said, "even if the naysayers wrestle with their perceptions, we'll have to focus on the good we can do. If even one person walks away feeling valued, that's a win. Huge." Mia felt a surge of gratitude for his unwavering faith. She wanted to share this realization with her mother, but paused. What if I fail to protect what we're trying to start? What if it all just collapses? Rick's eyes were fierce and steady. "Then we learn and we grow, but we won't be afraid to try. Fear of failure is worse than failure itself." Stepping outside the cafe, Mia was enveloped by the night sky, stars twinkling like countless hopes waiting to ignite. She felt the weight of their plans resting heavy and sweet in her heart. But even as they stepped forward, a flicker of apprehension whispered uneasily that they were wading into uncharted waters. The drive to help the community buzzed inside her, but Mia couldn't shake off the sensation that obstacles lay ahead, waiting to test their courage. The world around them seemed to fade as she whispered, "What if we become a target instead of a voice?" Rick turned to her, determination etched in his features. "Then, we'll be ready to stand firm, because this is just the beginning, Mia." The gravity of their journey settled in Mia's chest. They were making a turbulent leap into unknown, and as excitement mingled with fear, she wondered, what awaited them on the horizon? Would the community embrace their rally, or would it become a battleground? Mia woke to the sound of buzzing. Her phone lit up beside her, messages rolling in like a fast-paced heartbeat. She squinted at the screen, trying to absorb the rush of notifications as she rubbed the sleep from her eyes. The hashtag they'd created was alive. Hashtag Together We Rise was trending locally, drawing attention from all corners of the community. People were sharing stories, personal experiences, and their hopes for change. It was exhilarating. Bursting with energy, she jumped out of bed, determined to ride this wave of momentum. After a quick breakfast, Mia called Rick, her excitement bubbling over. "You won't believe it! The post is getting so much love! People want to be involved!" Rick's voice on the other end was filled with enthusiasm. "I just saw! It's amazing, Mia! We need to keep it going, build on this energy." Ideas were already swirling in her mind. "Let's organize a community event, something big, a day of sharing stories, music, food. It can be a celebration." Rick's laughter flowed through the phone. "That's the spirit. We'll gather people together. Let's show them what unity looks like. But we also need to tread carefully." Right, she recalled the article from the night before. A shadow loomed in her thoughts, a reminder of the potential backlash. "We can't avoid the hard conversations though, Rick. We'll make sure everyone has a chance to voice their concerns." Absolutely. It's about transparency. If we want to build trust, we have to create a platform for everything, both joys and struggles. As they brainstormed ideas, it was refreshing to think about solutions rather than obstacles. Mia scribbled down notes, her heart racing with a sense of purpose. The idea of a community event transformed into a vision, a space where everyone could come together, feel safe, and, most importantly, be heard. Hours passed in a flurry of excitement as they planned logistics. They mapped out the venue, a park that was spacious and central, filled with towering trees and laughter from families enjoying the sun. It felt right. It felt alive. As the afternoon sun dipped lower in the sky, Mia paused and thought of her mother. She could almost hear her words echoing, reminding her that this was the change she'd always longed for. She needed that connection now more than ever, a touchstone to guide her through this challenge. Rick noticed her pensive look. "What's on your mind?" he asked gently. She took a breath. "Just thinking about how far we've come, and how much further we need to go. I want to make it count, you know?" Rick nodded, understanding her weight. "We will make it count. This isn't about this event. It's about laying the foundation for something bigger." With renewed focus, they hammered out the last details, planning ways to reach those who might feel isolated or reluctant to engage. They would need to invite everyone, those who felt marginalized, those who had stories to share, and even those who had been skeptical of their efforts. "I'll reach out to community leaders and local organizations," Mia said. "Let's make sure we're inclusive. Everyone deserves a seat at the table." As they wrapped up their call, Mia felt a renewed sense of purpose. But as the evening wore on, a familiar feeling crept into her chest, the anxiety of anticipating a backlash. A sharp knock on the door jolted her from her thoughts. She hurried to open it, her heart racing again, but this time from surprise. It was Julia, her childhood friend. Her presence was a wave of familiarity that washed over Mia. "Mia, I saw your post. I had to come see what you're planning." Mia smiled, her apprehension softening. "We're organizing a community event. We want to bring everyone together, like old times." But before she could fully explain, Julia's expression shifted. "I've been hearing things from those who don't like what you're doing." Mia's heart sank. "What do you mean?" As Julia stepped inside, Mia felt a knot in her stomach tightening. It looked like the shadows were already starting to stretch. Would this be the moment where their dream faced its first true test? Or could they turn this around and make it a rallying point instead? Mia motioned for Julia to sit down, her heart drumming in her chest. The excitement of their plans now felt heavy with concern. "Tell me everything," she urged, her voice a mixture of determination and unease. Julia took a deep breath, running her fingers through her hair. "I heard it from a few neighbors. There's a group who feels threatened by what you're trying to do. They think you're stirring up trouble." "Trouble? All we want is to bring people together," Mia protested, her voice rising. It felt so unjust. "I know, but change can make people feel uneasy. They've been discussing ways to shut you down before it even starts." Julia's eyes softened, the worry evident on her face. "I didn't want to believe it, but they're organizing too." Mia felt the walls closing in. She glanced out the window at the park where the sun danced off the grass, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing. "What do we do?" she whispered, her voice trembling. "First, you need to get ahead of it. Don't let fear silence you." Julia's words were steady, grounding Mia again. "Make sure their voices are heard too, but show them this event is for everyone. Host an open forum, maybe even invite some of those who are skeptical to speak. Get them involved. It could diffuse some tension." Mia mulled over Julia's suggestion. Inviting dissenters felt risky, but maybe it was exactly what they needed. If they could engage the very people who threatened their initiative, perhaps they could turn hostility into understanding. "You're right. We can't pretend like everything is just sunshine and smiles. We need to address the fears on all sides." She felt a surge of hope mixed with nerve. Could this approach really ease the conflict? What if it backfired? But as the idea formed, a flicker of determination ignited within her. "Let's do it together," she said earnestly. I need your help to organize this forum." Julia smiled, a glint of admiration in her eyes. "Of course, I'm in. We can brainstorm how to present it and get the word out. If people know they're welcome to speak, they might just show up." Together, they dove into planning mode. The hours drifted away as ideas flew between them. They crafted a message that emphasized unity and empathy, framing the event as a safe space to discuss hopes and concerns. Later that night, as Mia stood at her kitchen counter, her laptop open with notifications pinging, she couldn't shake off a nagging sense of fear. The support they'd received was intoxicating, but the looming threats were real. What if the skeptics came swinging? What if old wounds reopened? She suddenly recalled a memory of her mother's favorite saying, "Strength isn't just about being steadfast. Sometimes it's about bending and adapting." Mia resolved to channel that wisdom. They would show strength not by smothering dissent, but by embracing it. As she prepared for bed, excitement and anxiety wrestled within her. Just before drifting off, a final thought struck Mia. What if tonight was just the calm before the storm? Her heart raced at the idea that they might be on the verge of a significant breakthrough, or the depths of a fall she wasn't ready for. The next day would bring decisions that would define everything they hoped to achieve. Would their gathering sow seeds of harmony or stir the pot of division? Tomorrow's forum would determine the course of their dream, and the stakes had never felt higher. As she turned off the light, she whispered a silent prayer for courage, not knowing what sunrise would bring. Would they find unity, or would this vision begin to unravel? Mia awoke to the crimson glow of dawn spilling through her curtains, the anticipation already buzzing in the air. Today was the day. The forum loomed ahead of her, and she could feel the weight of hope and fear intertwining, creating a knot in her stomach. Getting out of bed felt monumental, but she did it. She took a deep breath, threw on a t-shirt with their event's logo, and laced up her sneakers. As she walked through the kitchen, the smell of fresh coffee brewed by her father wafted through the air. "Big day ahead, huh?" he asked, flashing her a supportive grin. "Yeah, Dad. I just hope. What if it doesn't go well?" Mia's hands trembled as she poured herself a cup. Her father paused, placing a hand on her shoulder. "You'll never know unless you try. You believe in this, Mia. That counts for something." His confidence fueled a small spark of courage within her. With the forum set to start in just a few hours, Mia and Julia met early to set up. The tables were adorned with bright banners and pamphlets highlighting the purpose of their gathering, bringing everyone together, despite differences. Each decorative element was a reminder of hope, the kind of hope that could bring a community closer. As people began to trickle in, Mia watched nervously. The crowd was a mixture of supporters and critics, a swirl of emotions sparking in the dim light of the community center. She took a deep breath, reminding herself of each voice she had heard encouraging her to pursue her dream. Julia stood by her side, offering silent support. "Just speak from your heart. That's all you need to do." Mia nodded, though doubt nibbled at her confidence. Then the first speaker, an elderly neighbor who had voiced skepticism, took the microphone. He cleared his throat and began to share his concerns, taking care to articulate them honestly. Listening to him made Mia's heart ache. It wasn't easy to admit fears, to voice anxieties that churned deep within. But as he spoke, Mia could see there were listeners in the crowd nodding in agreement. The fractures among them were laid bare, a fragmented community ready for healing. Something in Mia shifted. It became less about protecting her vision and more about creating a space where these voices could coexist. Each person brave enough to speak created a little more understanding. One by one, the speakers took the floor, sharing stories that tasted sweet like sugar, yet carried the bitterness of personal experience. Mia felt a connection forming among the diverse crowd, their collective breaths weaving a fragile tapestry of empathy. Then an unexpected voice cut through, the outspoken leader of the dissenting group. A palpable tension hung in the air. Would they scorn her attempt at unity? Mia's heart thudded in her chest. She could feel Julia tense beside her, ready to intervene if needed. But instead of criticism, the leader sighed and revealed her own history, how the community had once felt united, then had lost its way. She spoke of longing for that sense of belonging. Mia and Julia exchanged glances, wide-eyed. They had not anticipated such vulnerability. As hands shot up, people openly shared their fears, hopes, and even dreams. Mia couldn't have imagined how powerful this moment was, and tears blurred her vision. Their differences were there, yes, but they were overshadowed by a powerful desire to connect. When the final words were spoken, a hush fell over the room. Mia's heart raced, a whirlwind of possible futures caught in her throat. Would this spark a flame of change, or would the fragile fabric of unity emit sparks, dangerous, volatile? Then the unmistakable sound of applause erupted, and a wave of relief washed over her. The moment felt almost magical, alive with promise. Yet, in the back of her mind, doubt lingered. One success didn't erase fear or division. But as the room buzzed with new energy and connection, Mia felt a tinge of hope piercing through her uncertainty. Could this be the start of something beautiful? As she stood at the podium and surveyed the room, she knew the next steps were all crucial. Tomorrow might bring a new wave of challenges, yet today had begun with gathering shadows into light, bridging gaps long felt. What would every new day demand of them? What would unravel next as the community began to redefine itself? Mia stood there, basking in the glow of applause. The warmth from the crowd wrapped around her like a cozy blanket. People were laughing and engaging with one another, shaking hands and sharing stories as if they had known each other for years. It was beautiful. Yet, beneath the surface of her joy, unease floated like a dark cloud. As applause faded, she stepped back from the podium, feeling the weight of eyes still on her. What now? She wondered. It was only the beginning, and the whispers of doubt crept back in. "Hey," Julia nudged her gently, snapping Mia back to the present. "You did great. Look at them. They're connecting." Julia's smile shone brightly, a beacon of hope. Mia turned to see clusters of people exchanging ideas, some debating passionately, while others nodded in understanding. Yet doubt tugged at her heart. How could they sustain this energy? Would it hold when faced with differing opinions tomorrow? "Let's mingle," Julia suggested. "We can encourage those connections to grow even more." As they moved through the crowd, Mia could feel the excitement buzzing around her. Every face told a story, each smile a testament to the power of shared experiences. She overheard snippets of conversations, people boldly exchanging phone numbers and promising to continue discussions long after the forum ended. In one corner, an older couple shared their own story of struggle, the kind that felt familiar yet heavy. They spoke softly, their words laced with an honesty that had Mia leaning in closer. She wanted to absorb every ounce of their wisdom. Suddenly, a familiar face appeared amidst the bustling crowd. It was the elderly neighbor who had first voiced concerns. He approached Mia with a tentative smile, holding his hands in front of him nervously. "Mia," he began, his voice shaky but resolute, "I wanted to say thank you." "Thank you?" she echoed, needing clarification. "Yes," he replied, "for giving us a chance to share. I see so much potential here, but I was afraid to speak up. You've reminded me we all want the same thing, community. I may not see everything your way, but I want to try." Mia felt a rush of gratitude wash over her. "Thank you for being brave enough to share your thoughts today. It means so much to everyone here." His sincerity ignited something deep inside her, a belief that maybe they could navigate their differences if they tackled them together. Just then, a commotion erupted at the entrance. Mia turned, curious about the rising volume. A group of teenagers, a mix of familiar faces from school and some she'd never seen, burst in. They carried snacks and drinks, their laughter filling the room. "Hey, we heard about the meetup. Can we join?" one of them called out enthusiastically. The energy shifted again as a few community members welcomed them with open arms. Mia watched in awe as age barriers melted away, her heart swelling with hope. It felt like a dream. However, as much as she wanted to bask in the moment, doubts whispered again. What if this initial excitement faded, replaced by indifference? Just then, she noticed a figure in the back, the dissenting group leader, arms crossed, watching. Would they support this burgeoning connection or pull the thread and watch it unravel? She felt the urge to approach, to include them in the conversation, but doubt gripped her again. What if she misstepped? What if her hope turned into disappointment? "Let's go say hi," Julia encouraged, sensing Mia's hesitation. With a deep breath, Mia nodded, determination rising within her. As they approached, discomfort tinged the air, a distinct line drawn. The leader's eyes met Mia's, and for a heartbeat, it felt like their destinies were hanging in balance. "Hello," Mia began, her voice steady yet warm. "I appreciate your presence today. We'd love for you to join the conversation. Everyone's voice matters." The leader shifted slightly, her expression unreadable. In that moment, Mia realized that it wasn't just about maintaining the connection they had started. It was about confronting the lingering doubts and fears together. She felt the weight of something extraordinary shifting beneath the surface. Would the leader take the leap toward vulnerability? And together, would they step into this brave new territory of understanding? As the silence stretched between them, Mia's heart raced. The air crackled with tension, a reminder that change was not without its discomforts. The leader's eyes flickered, calculating, as if weighing every word. "Why should we?" she asked bluntly, her arms still crossed. "You know there are those who don't want to hear their ideas challenged, especially not by someone like you." Mia swallowed, feeling the sting of her words, but recognizing the truth in them. "I get it," she replied, her tone measured. "We all bring different perspectives. But what if we could meet in the middle, share ideas instead of shutting them down?" Julia stepped forward, her voice steady and encouraging. "We want to create a space where everyone feels safe to express themselves. That includes those who disagree. It's about finding common ground." Mia's heart pounded. Would this be the breaking point? But the leader's gaze softened, her arms unfolding slightly, as curiosity broke the tension. "Common ground?" she echoed, skepticism wrapped in cautious hope. "Yes," leaned in slightly, feeling her spirit lift. "Community means respecting differences and learning from them, together. We can't expect everyone to agree, but we can show how our differences can craft a stronger community." A ripple of murmurs passed through the gathered crowd as they listened to Mia's conviction. She felt a wave of support wash over her, allies ready to stand beside her as she faced the dissenting leader. The leader's brow furrowed, the shift in her expression signaling thoughtfulness. "I'll come to the next meeting," she finally said, "but only if we can address our fears openly. I won't sit back and watch this devolve into another meaningless discussion." Relief swept over Mia like a warm embrace. "That's all I ask. Let's start where we all can," she replied, her voice brighter, resonating with sincerity. "Together, maybe we can create real solutions." As the leader nodded thoughtfully, the tension in the air began to dissolve. Mia felt a hope bloom within, recognizing that it wasn't just the group's perspective changing, it was the start of healing, of bridging gaps long drawn. Toward the back, more attendees engaged in discussion, sharing stories, opinions, and laughter. A synergy buzzed like electricity, the room pulsing with hope and connection. Slowly, Mia realized that this forum had become a catalyst, uniting people beyond just her community initiative. They were blending lives together for a purpose greater than any one individual could achieve alone. Every voice mattered. It was becoming a truth, palpable and present. As she glanced over at Julia, her friend smiled back with pride, the fear that had clouded Mia's heart lightening.
"Look at this, Mia! It's happening!" Her pulse quickened as she marveled at how people were stepping out of their comfort zones. Those connections felt vital. They breathed life into the space. But a thought lingered. What next? Would this transformation last? Just then, an unexpected wave of younger voices interjected. "We want to help too," called out a group of teenagers. Mia could hardly suppress her excitement. "Yes, absolutely. Let's bring in fresh ideas. Everyone should feel they have a place and a role in this." As laughter erupted and conversations grew more animated, Mia's heart swelled with gratitude. This was more than just some gathering. It was like new roots growing deep in soil, establishing strength, community, and resilience. Yet Mia knew they would need to keep engaging. Tomorrow could bring its challenges, and bringing real change required continuous work. But as she surveyed the room, the spark ignited by courage and connection was undeniable. Everyone was reaching toward a light of understanding, pushing down walls of mistrust. Mia felt fortified. She was ready to embrace the challenges ahead, to lead others into a brighter tomorrow. "Together we will rise," she whispered to herself, the promise echoing in the hearts of everyone gathered. This was just the beginning, a fresh page ready for new stories to be written. As the night waned, the conversations dwindled.
But hearts remained open and hopeful. The journey toward unity had only begun, and together they would dare to chart new paths. This forum had ignited a spark, one that would continue to burn brightly, uniting various voices into a chorus of change. It was their moment to write tomorrow's story together, one thread at a time. And as Mia stood at the center of it all, she felt undeniably transformed. She was no longer just the daughter of a janitor. She was a leader stepped into her own, ready to guide her community toward hope. The challenges before them were still unknown, yet all she saw were bright possibilities ahead. But let this be the moment that defines you too. Subscribe immediately to the channel so you don't miss more exclusive stories of transformation and hope. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and show your support. Comment your thoughts and feelings about this ending. And share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this incredible journey. Don't wait not even one more second to share. True fans make a difference.